why living in Finland is actually cheap compared to other countries with similar living standard like US and other European countries. I'm making this video because sometimes I talk with my chat how much I pay for living, how much are my monthly expenses, and people are like, how? Considering I'm from Finland and Nordic countries are considered quite expensive generally. But why is it actually cheap to live in Finland? There is 3 major reasons why it's cheaper to live in Finland, especially as a low-income person. Rent and property prices are very reasonable outside of the capital. So even in bigger cities outside of Helsinki, you're easily gonna find very reasonable rents, and in the suburban area, very reasonable property prices if you want to buy a house. And that's just how it is. When I was going to uni, which I dropped out of. I hated it. I wished it would have been something else. There was some very interesting courses. Let's get to that another day, you know. I was paying 520 euros of rent, including water, in a 2-room apartment, 2 rooms, kitchen, and a bathroom. It was about 1 or 1.5 kilometers from my university, and our expenses were under 900 euros, which is slightly above $1,000 US dollars per month for 2 people. We were living pretty cheap, I would say. And now I actually have bought a house. I have a mortgage, and the house that I bought cost 80,000 euros. Which is really cheap though. It's not in a good condition. It's livable, but it needs renovations, which we are working on slowly. Normally in this area, I'm about a 20-minute drive from the 2nd or 3rd biggest city in Finland. Normally you would maybe pay from 150,000 to 250,000 euros for one family house in a decent condition, which again is, I believe, quite reasonable. It's not unattainable in the slightest, and the connections are very good. The infrastructure and all the services that you can get here. Except, of course, because it's Finland, public transport is never really great. If you're not in Helsinki, you probably want to have your own car. Because even if you love biking and you're very good at it, in the winter, in -20 Celsius, it hurts. It hurts. So, one of the downsides of Finland, which makes it more expensive, is that you probably will need a vehicle. But having a vehicle won't cost as much as higher rent would cost. The second one of the great advantages is not needing to have a health insurance. Our healthcare is paid from taxes. You don't need a health insurance. You pay very minor fees when you use public healthcare, and even those can't exceed a certain amount. you just pay taxes. And this takes us directly to our third reason why Finland is very cheap, which is if you have low income, you don't pay taxes. If you make less than 16,000 a year, I believe, euros, you don't end up paying any taxes. Then you start paying a little, but when you're making 30,000 or less, you don't pay much taxes at all. You get almost all of the money for yourself to use on what you need to get. Like, you can be working a regular ass job at McDonald's or being a cashier at a grocery store, and you can still travel at least once a year. You can go on vacations and stuff. You can go to restaurants. You can enjoy your life. But this takes us to the enjoying part, takes us to the second not so pleasant thing is, do you like alcohol? I don't. Do you? Yeah, most of you do. But the thing is, it's really expensive here in Finland. Like, very, very expensive. Same with cigarettes. You pay so much. I don't like either, so I'm good. It doesn't make my life more expensive. But if alcohol and cigarettes and driving around with a humongous truck are your passions, gas, alcohol, cigarettes, it's taxed very heavily. So then you might want to reconsider where you want to live. I still prefer it here because I like a small car that doesn't spend much gas. I don't drink alcohol usually, and I don't smoke. But if you do, it's something to think about. Now, I don't know. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And if you want to know more about Finland, tell me what videos I should make talking about Finnish things and Finland and living in Finland and the winter. I don't know. I hope you have an amazing day. See you in the next one. Bye bye.